My name is Victor, and this is Making Money One Step at a Time, which will be a series where I document basically the entire process of building a website called travelagentjobs.com, and hopefully, with some luck and some perseverance, making some money of it. So the purpose of this series will be to just document everything, every step, every choice that I make, and see through a time how it develops, and hopefully provide you some value along the way. So yeah, what are we starting with? First and foremost, which is our basis for all of our decisions and just the stuff that I want to anchor on, which is the great domain I got donated by Peter Askew. I made a mistake in the text, but that doesn't matter, in the surname. But yeah, as you can see, it's called travelagentjobs.com, which is really explanatory. .com domain, I think it's a strong domain. So that's basically what we have. The rest is for me to figure out and to show you along the way. The goal is $100 in 6 months, which I also made a bet with Peter about it. So I'm gonna pay him, $100 if I don't get my ass moving and haul this in 6 months, as a little motivator. And yeah, obviously I'm starting with lots of enthusiasm, but also what I'm starting with is the idea that I want to document everything. Again, thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate the domain, and hopefully I can make something good with it. So yeah, next slide. The business model. Obviously, we gotta start with we might think that job board, self-explanatory, like what's there is need for describing the business model. But again, I want to make things like super clear and for myself, and for myself basically in the future when I'm making certain decisions, like how the website's supposed to look like, what's the idea behind this and that. If I have this laid down on paper, or in this case in video, then even if it is a really simple model, I think it is worth it to explain. So yeah, we're going to the business model. Every business model has some value proposition, which is, in our case, we have kind of a specific case because we don't have one kind of customer, right? We have two customers, which is, I call them the job seeker / user and the job advertiser, the customer. Obviously, that's how the board works, where there's this kind of we're the intermediary, we're the medium through which the job exchange happens. So our value will be to provide it on both sides, both the customer side and both the user side, to maximize the value that they're getting out of our website. So hopefully we can ask for some money in exchange for that value, right? Yeah. So yeah, from the perspective of the job seeker, the humble job board, let's think of an example. Like when I think about tech and kind of designing things, I like to think of a very simple, bare bones, pre-computer information technology solution, which I think this is pulled out from Witcher 3, which is the quest board. It's like a job board is basically just like you could imagine in some village or some city, a piece of plank wood, and on it you have some papers plastered by various people. And the value that here we are providing, again anchoring it on the domain travelagentjobs.com, which kind of lends us the authority because it is a good very self-explanatory domain. We can say the proposition to the job seekers as, hey, look, here you have curated selection of the jobs that you specifically want, which is travel agent jobs, from hopefully reputable companies, that aren't just like ghost postings or some gibberish of positions that are never gonna get filled or some other bullshit. And additionally, you can, conveniently apply to them, check them out. And yeah, the basic premise is from that basic idea of just a plank with a board what we're adding is the convenience that the user can browse very quickly. They can have a huge volume of those job postings, and that allows them to feel like the value is provided, so they stay on the website. Basically, we have their eyes, we have their attention. Yeah, and from the job advertiser point, we have a place to shout, because our actual customer is the job advertiser, at least within the model that I'm planning on, where they will pay us money, but what they pay money for, like they don't pay money for just to have the job advertisement. Like it doesn't matter if there's no like upside to them, it doesn't matter. What they're paying for is eyes, is the qualified leads that they get. By qualified leads, I mean people who are like, let's compare it with, for example, Indeed, like, which is a popular based in USA job board. Or on Indeed, like, you have everything. Like, you have a guy sending you a CV that like automatically got it with like AI. It's like some whatever. You have a guy that mistaken the job posting. You have like 10 candidates that kind of, I mean, it's a job. Maybe I want it, maybe I don't. The quality of people that apply to the job is not very high, because Indeed is like just a huge aggregator of just any job posting about anything. So the place to shout is the place where, again, like, imagine a village like of I forgot the guys that make the anvils, they bang with the stuff. Never mind. Guys who make hats, right? You have a village full of guys who make hats, and you have a village of guys who make the anvils, let's say. So if you're someone who needs someone who makes hats, you're obviously not gonna go to the village that makes the anvils and, you know, shout there, hey, I need a guy to make me some hats, because they're gonna look at you weird, and it's like, well, what the hell, what's happening? So this is precisely the value that we are providing, which is this dedicated place, more importantly with dedicated qualified leads, which, you know, advertisers won't, because it will save them time, it will save them money, and more importantly, it will save them stress, because they don't have to browse through like shitty job applications that don't even make sense. The domain and the kind of direction that I want to take it will pre-qualify people, and that will provide value to the job advertiser. Yeah, so here's the like, which I think is most important within this business model, is highlighting the difference between the job seeker and the job advertiser, because again, the job seeker is our commodity. It's what we sell to the job advertisers. We sell the attention and the eyeballs of those job seekers. So here I made a little presentation slide about it. I'm not gonna read it. You can read it. You can pause it. Basically said what I said previously. But yeah, I mean, within this business model, it is most important that we recognize that we both have to cater to both of those type of users, which have different objectives, but ultimately the job advertiser is our priority, and we need to make sure that their experience is as best as we can make it. Yeah, so with everything in life, I think it is important to have some principles. Why have principles for this project? It makes sense for it to establish some kind of rules that I'm gonna abide by in order to keep myself within constraints that allow me for success and for hopefully this project to be good. So yeah, first principle: keep it simple, keep it stupid. Here I made a little quote by Woody Guthrie, but I mean, it is pretty self-explanatory, right? I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I want to make things that are both from my side as a developer and someone who will make the website, make something simple to maintain, simple to code, simple to to take care of, because it will save me time in the long run, and also, more importantly, from the face of the customers that I'll have, to make things as just simple and seeming, and just like you click 1, 2 things and you have what you came here to do, right? That is the principle of removing friction and of removing things that's gonna obstruct, right? Every click that you have to go to the website, every interaction that you have to do before you get to the point that you want, is a potential place where someone might get discouraged and drop it, or not do it, or just do something else. So in mind, I can make some, like this great architecture that is just like, oh, login, cookies, it remembers, it sends like emails, notifications and stuff. But fundamentally, I want to strip away all of that complexity and provide an experience that is simple but like pleasant and kind of stupid. So yeah, second principle, stealing shit. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. And yeah, I mean, why reinvent the wheel? We're not doing some rocket science, AI, crazy startup or anything like that. We don't need innovation here. Like it's not it's not again, it's not a complicated thing. I want to keep it simple. So a lot of the solutions, a lot of the decisions were already made by others, and I can learn from those others. Here I would say my main inspiration, of course not the only one, but the main one will be ranchroar.com, which is also a website by Peter Askew, which I think, first of all, is just a great website overall. As I will, in future videos, when I discuss kind of the tech side and kind of the practicalities of the website, I will highlight it more. But yeah, I mean, I feel like here just taking things from others and appropriating them in a way that fits me will benefit me greatly. And again, the thing about the business side of business is that it's, in my opinion, not a zero-sum game. So like, I'm not like making a copy of ranchjobs.com or something. I'm not encroaching on the territory, you could say. So it's like, I think it's absolutely fine that I take great inspiration from people who did it before me, and people who like figure out shit before I had to do it myself. Yeah, and also a very important one, roll a snowball. Roll a snowball one snowflake at a time. And what I mean by this is that I want to start early, right? I want to build this website quickly, even if it's like scrappy and it's like, if it kind of works but kind of doesn't. But what I think the value will be, and what ultimately will be the selling point, is kind of the either when it's like the visitors that I get, or the mailing list that I make and I get signups on there, or any other form of little attention that I gather toward this website, through everyday actions, like, from fixing that little workflow that doesn't work well, to making a good email post, to even like just making like a comment, hey, check out my website, maybe you're interested in travel agent jobs, right? And those little things that seemingly, they don't matter a lot in the beginning, we can snowpile them and make them into a snowball that suddenly, after a while, of me just pushing it manually, will start rolling on its own and collecting snowflakes as it goes. But the base principle that I want to keep in mind is to make it small steps, very small little incremental things that first of all won't discourage me, from like just procrastinating and not doing it, and second of all will be measurable by a sense of like, I could make let's say like a Google campaign, pay some money for it, advertise here and there, or I could just like hey, maybe reach out to 10 people and talk to them and see what's up, because this small approach, like the snowflake at a time, will allow me to test things very early in order to not damage the snowball by like doing this like big thing and oh, it didn't work as I planned, and then I get discouraged, and then I don't want to push the snowball further to the point that it rolls by itself. So yeah, this is basically it for the first video. I hope I laid out the kind of the plan of the action sufficiently. Kind of a meta narrative about this whole videos, which I want to highlight, is that please, like everything above, like I don't know, like subscribers or anything like that, just comment, and if you have any feedback about like anything of this video or the plan or the idea, even if you think it's, I don't know, stupid or it's not stupid or it's okay, please, I want this to make a process that is not one-sided, right? It's not just me talking and then just doing like, oh, I'm gonna do my own stuff and like I don't care what other people say. No, I do care about what people others say. So I want you to, if you obviously want, you can contact me on the email or obviously in the comments. And I wanted to make a process where, like, on one side, you know, I give you something, you know, I give everything that I know, that I plan, and I just lay it out completely flat for people to see. But hopefully I also get some feedback about like, oh, this approach is not right, or hey, this approach, maybe change it. Maybe, oh, I know a guy, or I know a book about this and that. So yeah, this is just my call out to, please, if you want to, absolutely feel free to contact me and talk about what you want to say to me. So yeah, more progress coming soon. In the next video, probably I'm gonna talk more about the tech side and, like, you know, here I talked kind of big picture, the overarching idea, kind of the philosophy behind the project. But next video I'll probably get into more nitty gritty about like how I want to achieve, what tech I will be using, and yeah, how I will approach it. I probably make some videos also, just more casual ones, where I just, like, I don't know, code some stuff or do anything. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and kudos to you for staying with me here. And yeah, take care.